Hi there, welcome back. Today I'm actually back in freeCodeCamp, as you can see here, and I'm going to be tackling the new responsive web design certification, which is quite interesting and actually exciting for me because this is really where I started when I was learning to code, basically just a little over 2 years ago now. So yeah, it was the sort of mid-July 2020 when I started, and I started here basically with the legacy, or now legacy, responsive web design certificate. And this was where I was first exposed to HTML and CSS. And it was a really good course. There was basic HTML, basic CSS, some visual design, accessibility, responsive web design principles. We got Flexbox and Grid, and then you've got your projects here. And this was, yeah, really kind of groundbreaking for me at the time because I only ever dreamed of sort of learning to code, and they really break it down nicely. So I was quite excited to see that actually they've got a new responsive web design certification, and it actually looks a lot more in depth than the previous one. So I think you basically start by building, which is interesting, rather than sort of learning and then you've got your projects at the end. And I think I like this way of sort of going through because you can see here we've got a project now for after sort of 4 or 5 different lessons. And you can see there's this build a quiz, build a nutrition label, photo gallery. It looks like you're building a lot, which I think certainly when you're starting to and learning, it is really beneficial just to sort of get that repetition and then also just not only learn but actually apply that and see what you can build. And obviously FreeCodeCamp do a great job of sort of holding your hand along the way, offering support where needed, and then at the end of the day you've completed, let's say, 5 projects, but actually within there you've built loads of different things already. So that's really cool. I think what I'm going to do is actually go through all of these, sort of starting again at the very top, because whilst perhaps I know and work with HTML and CSS now professionally, just for the last year, there's probably stuff in here that I can certainly learn, and I'm still learning a lot about CSS, sort of being a front end developer. So yeah, I think that will be helpful, and I can see here actually HTML forms as well. I've built a few forms in my time now as a React developer, and they are still relatively tricky. It depends, it can really get quite tricky quite quickly. So I'm looking forward to learning a little bit actually more, hopefully, about forms on this one. And yeah, I'm going to film my progress as I go through. So yeah, if you'd like to sort of stick around and have a look, that'd be great. And again, as well, if you get stuck, one thing I found really good is when I was going through this initially is finding, some people's videos or blogs on how to solve certain issues as you're going through these. FreeCodeCamp said do a great job of sort of teaching you, but sometimes you do need sort of that extra, I guess, reinforced learning or sort of seeing someone else do it. And that's why I'm going to be, yeah, filming some videos and sort of giving back in that way. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next videos. Thank you.